Time is now 5:45. Time to check in on the national stories making headlines. Let's check in with Russ Mitchell with what's happening now in America. Hi, Russ.
Lena, good evening. Good evening to you at home as well. We begin with breaking news out of Washington. In the last 15 minutes or so, the House passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. That bill now moves to the Senate, where the future is unclear. However, President Trump does support that measure. More on that later on NBC Nightly News at 6:30. Also today, the Department of Homeland Security is temporarily suspending ICE vehicle pursuits after two deadly shootings involving immigration officers in less than a week. The latest happened in Maine, where ICE officers shot and killed a 26-year-old from Colombia during what officials described as an attempted traffic stop. But he was not the person officers were trying to arrest. That shooting came days after another deadly shooting in Houston. In both cases, officers were not wearing body cameras, prompting renewed calls for accountability.
There are sufficient critical questions to justify bringing non-emergency traffic stops to a halt.
They were not the targets. Well, then why in the hell did they end up being killed?
A senior Homeland Security official says the pause in vehicle pursuits is temporary while the agency reviews its policies and evaluates whether officers need additional training. South Carolina's governor has sworn in the sister of the late Senator Lindsey Graham to finish his term. Daline Graham is South Carolina's first female senator. This will be her first political office. The late Senator Graham's seat will be up for election in November. Today, two Supreme Court justices appeared in front of Congress to ask for more funding to keep federal judges safe. Justices Amy Coney Barrett and Elena Kagan had made a request of more than $900 million for judiciary security. That includes almost $15 million to protect Supreme Court justices and their families. Justice Barrett spoke personally about the threats she faces in her role.
I didn't expect that performing this service was going to put me in the position of explaining to my children what a bulletproof vest was and why I had to wear one.
U.S. Marshals say security incidents involving federal judges went up more than 50% last year. And writer E. Jean Carroll received $5.6 million today from President Trump. This comes after a jury found the now president sexually assaulted her back in 1996 and defamed her. After the Supreme Court denied the president's appeal, a federal judge ordered those funds with interest be released to her.